We are here at Long Beach State with head coach and outside hitter Skylar Varga following their win over McKendree Saturday night.
Another shout out LB Nation for our fans coming in back to back nights. We appreciate all of you. You definitely helped give us some momentum when we were trying to get some, especially late in that incredible second set. A little bit how this goes. Tonight was halftime. Very proud of how our guys responded. We played a good McKendree team that I'm sure we very well may see them later on in the season. They're going to go into their conference and make a lot of noise. And what we say in our locker room, we say we can learn as much from a win as we can from a loss. And obviously, last night was halftime. And can we get our third quarter response today? But a shout out to, again, our opponent who we played tonight. They were coming off of a loss from last night. So we saw a big response from them. And a lot of that was their defense. And we blocked, I think it was 14 balls last night. And tonight, especially within the first two sets, we weren't blocking a lot of balls. But what you'll see is, and I don't know how many times within the past year and a half we've said we've had 50 digs within a three-set match, but we were able to flex a different side of our Long Beach State system. And that's going to be what this entire year is about. Of match by match, week by week, how can we flex different variables, whether it be from the service line, from the serve receive line. Sometimes it's our blocking, sometimes it's our offense. And tonight, it was our defense. And this is my first time giving an incredible shout out there. Where we go, so this is the finish of week one. And then we'll take 24 hours. Our guys get a chance to be present in the moment, be themselves away from the team tomorrow, hopefully get a good recovery day. And then week two starts on Monday. We travel on Monday to Ohio, and we've got a 3-match week. So we're excited to, again, we'll connect on Monday. We'll get on the road. From a culture standpoint, we've already got week two ready to rock, and some of our themes when we come back on Monday is going to be ownership, consistency, our LB response, and giving even more to the team. But shout out to this guy tonight. Let's give some stats for Sky, because I know he won't be the one that dives in on himself. 9 kills on 19 swings, 7 aces from the end line, which is a big deal, and then 11 digs. So he was the massive part of our defense and our service line. And we kind of brought it up last night. I'm going to make sure I say it again so he hears it. He's not going to be one-on-one a whole lot this year because every opponent's got him circled. So this is a massive shout out to our leader and captain, Skylar Varga. It was a big night, and he led the way.
Opening questions.
Sky, first of all, good to see you. It was fun watching you in the VNL this summer. I'm curious to know what experiences you've taken from there into your senior year to this year.
It's a tough question. Obviously, the play is a lot different. Things are faster in international volleyball. People are hitting consistently harder and making less errors. So it's forced me to do a little bit of error management and up my speed of the game and read the game a little bit better, and coming back to no diss to NCAA volleyball, but just a little bit slower game, and makes it a little bit easier for me to read. So.
And then a question for the table. Obviously, this early in the season to have a set where you do go to 35-33, you fought off 8 set points by McKendree. How valuable is that, especially this early in the season?
I think it's great. It's good for us long term. I think we needed to go through that, even if we didn't come out with a win in that set. I think it still would have been good for us to show that we can come back after being down. I don't know what it was, 16-13, and pushing to the 30s. So yeah, it definitely shows our team values, LB grit. Yeah, it'll be great for us long term, and we really need to go through those kind of moments to be a national championship kind of team this year.
Beautifully put.
And then 2 players I wanted to ask you about. Coach Daniil had a great game, obviously coming back from injury. I'd like to hear about kind of your thoughts about how he's come back, and then also a nice night from Connor Bloom stepping in midway through the match over Alex Kondev. What do you like about him tonight?
Yeah, it's a shout out. I mean, we flex our depth yet again. and you're going to constantly see that week by week, especially going into a 3-match week. So Woj had the home opener last night, so tonight was Daniil's home opener, and it was awesome. He came out, and some stat lines there. He got 30 swings and hit nearly 400. That's a shout out for him. Just like we brought up our guys last night from the service line before anybody brings it up. We said we can harness our guys in at any point, and naturally, without even addressing it to the team, our guys that played last night and then served tonight were way better. And maybe early on, Daniil wasn't able to find his serve, but that was part of the process tonight of just building him up to be himself, knowing long term he's playing in that moment again and again, and he was very physical, and that's exactly who this team needs him to be. So we're very proud of him.
So, Skylar, you had 7 aces tonight and only 1 service error. It's not uncommon to see a lot of service errors at this level. What allows you to serve so efficiently while also producing aces at the level that you do?
Yeah, it's different day to day. I mean, yesterday it was definitely a little bit weird coming from the service line, but I knew that I needed to be a little bit better today, and like I said earlier, a little bit better from my air management. And yeah, I just felt like I kind of got in the groove today and just rode that. And I try to make sure the opponent doesn't really know what's coming next. And I think that's a big part of my serve. So yeah, I felt like I found a good groove today, kind of stuck with it and held the confidence from the end line.
And then you had a few different times tonight that you stepped into set when you guys got out of system, finished with 5 assists, including one early on in the match that was pretty crazy, deking the attack and then throwing to the outside. What gives you the confidence to step in and set when Long Beach gets out of system and still do well in that role?
History, man. I used to be a setter. I'll hold that to my heart till the day I die. And my girlfriend, learned from her from setting for sure. I feel comfortable in any position that I'm put in. I played opposite 2 years ago. If you want me to set, I'll do anything. So I just want to be out there and touch the ball as many times as possible, to be honest.
And then lastly, for Coach, you already mentioned only 6.5 blocks tonight, less than you had last night, but your 2 middle blockers, Ben Braun and Jackson Chris, still contributed on the attack. Braun had 7 kills, Chris had 4. What'd you see from those guys in a night where the block maybe wasn't as impactful as last night, still being able to contribute in a meaningful way?
Oh, they're in charge of our entire unit at the net. So all 3 blockers, they pick up the rhythm and cadence. And just because we don't have the stats of the blocks, because our intention is, we say, get on their side of the net as many times as possible. I think it was a good response from McKendree of saying, okay, we're going to make sure we don't get blocked. We're going to try and do some other things. So it's a block and defense. So instead of saying, oh my goodness, we have to get 20 blocks, it's okay, 6.5 blocks, how many balls did we dig? So it's a credit for our middles. Did their job getting across the net. Both of them are incredible competitors who I know are going to send me notes tonight saying I can be way better in X, Y, and Z. And again, we'll get a chance to respond this upcoming week.
Thanks, guys.
And this is a question for both Nick and Skylar. Talk to me about the growth of Jake Pizzanti, who is stepping into the role following the departure of Moni Nikolov, who's obviously crushing it.
Jake's doing a great job. I think he's wanted to be in this position for a really long time, and he's definitely put in the work to earn his position and earn his spot. And I obviously there's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be things that we have to figure out throughout the season, and we figured out throughout the fall. But yeah, he's stepping into a big position, and I think he's doing a great job of it.
Spoke on it last night a little bit too, T, and hopefully you guys start asking of Jake who he is this year and pumping him there instead of saying, oh, how does it feel to take the place of another great. He walks away with 2 efficient wins. He's coming in. He's a top 10%er and preparing every single day and putting in a ton of work behind the scenes. And him, Island, and Ryan Peluso have earned the entire trust of the staff and all of his teammates too. So we're excited to get a couple wins under the belt. We hit 360 as a unit tonight, and we're walking away and knowing that all 3 of those setters are walking away of, okay, we could even hit 400 clip or above. So we're excited for where this Long Beach State men's volleyball offense is going moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And then talk to me about the scrappy play of McKendree and how you had to adapt, because they were just flying all over the court, and obviously they're a Miva team, which is well known for having long rallies.
I think it's a credit to their coaches and how they train in their gym. I'm not in their gym, but I would be willing to put money on it if I was a betting man, saying Nikki likes to flex her system, making sure they scrap on defense. And playing an opponent like that, especially early in the season, is very good for us. And I know Skylar already hit that, because it has to reiterate for us that we're not just going to get that easy first ball side out kill, and we have to be willing to play rallies all the way through from whistle to whistle. And the guys have heard it from the coaches, but tonight they were able to feel it, which is very good for our team. And it's a credit to their staff and their system too. Get this guy.
Hi, Skyler. Sergio Morales with 22 West. I just wanted to talk about that second set, which was very, very back and forth, obviously. There were a total of 22 tie scores throughout that entire set. And I also noticed that there was virtually no points gap between you two. I want to ask, what really helped you be able to overcome those challenges and eventually get away with what ended up being a 9-point gap at the end of the game?
Yeah, I think it's really important for our team to go through those challenges. I kind of mentioned that before. And I think a lot of that goes to kind of us it was the first time we've been in that position this year. And I think it was a big learning curve for us of when we're bouncing back and forth between points. It's on us. We missed a lot of serves that set. And I just kept telling the guys that we need to make them play ball. And it really is in our hands. And I think as we started to get into the deuce points and we started to make them play, I think that's when things started to sway or go our way. So I think it was huge for us to go through that and a bunch of learning opportunities for that set for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.